Ousmane Dembele's story is not just about football, it's about resilience, survival, and rebirth. From a skinny kid in Vernon, France, who just wanted to play football, to being written off as injury-prone at Barcelona, to now standing tall as the face of PSG's unstoppable squad and one of the strongest contenders for the Ballon d'Or, his journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. Born to Mauritanian and Malian parents, Dembele's love for the game was evident from the moment he could walk. Growing up, he wasn't the biggest or the strongest, but his speed, flair, and ability to use both feet made him a nightmare for defenders on local pitches. Football wasn't just a game for him, it was a way of life, a dream he was determined to chase. By his teenage years, his talent was impossible to ignore. At Stade Rennes, he burst onto the French football scene as a teenager, leaving defenders in shock with his unpredictable dribbling and explosive pace. In his debut season, he scored 12 goals and immediately became one of the most talked about young players in Europe. The world was starting to take notice. It was Borussia Dortmund who gave him the platform to shine on the big stage. Moving to Germany in 2016, Dembele became an instant sensation. In just one season, he lit up the Bundesliga with breathtaking performances, scoring goals, delivering assists, and creating chaos for defenders who never knew whether he would go left or right. His combination of creativity and speed was terrifying. That season, he racked up 10 goals and 21 assists, helping Dortmund win the DFB Pokal. At only 19 years old, he was being hailed as the next Neymar, and the comparisons with Messi and Cristiano began. And when Neymar left Barcelona for PSG in 2017, it was Ousmane Dembele who Barcelona turned to as his replacement. The transfer was monumental. Barcelona paid a staggering €135 million to bring him in, one of the most expensive signings in football history. The expectations were suffocating. He wasn't just joining Barcelona, he was supposed to fill Neymar's shoes. But just weeks into his new journey, disaster struck. Dembele tore his hamstring, sidelining him for months. It was the beginning of a painful pattern that haunted his years in Spain. At Barcelona, Dembele became a symbol of both hope and frustration. Every time he returned from injury, fans caught glimpses of his brilliance, his dazzling runs, his magical left and right foot, his ability to turn defenders inside out. But those moments were too often followed by heartbreak as another injury sent him back to the sidelines. In total, he missed more than 100 games for Barcelona. He was criticized heavily, labeled injury-prone, undisciplined, even lazy. Rumors about his professionalism only worsened things, with stories of him arriving late to training. For many, he became the face of Barcelona's struggles after the Neymar era. And yet, amidst all the frustration, his undeniable talent still shone. When he was fit, he was electric. In fact, even Barcelona's most loyal critics admitted that Dembele had qualities no one else in the squad could replicate: his raw unpredictability, his flair, and his pace. But the dream of becoming Barcelona's next great star never truly materialized, and it seemed his career might always be defined by what could have been. But then came the World Cup. In 2018, Dembele was part of France's golden generation, alongside players like Kylian Mbappé, Griezmann, Pogba, Kanté, and a young Désiré Doué watching from the shadows of France's talent pool. Though Dembele didn't dominate the tournament, he played his part in a squad that went all the way to glory in Russia. Lifting the World Cup was not just a triumph, it was redemption. A reminder to the world, and to himself, that he was still among the very best. For Dembele, it was proof that he wasn't just another overhyped youngster, he was a world champion. Still, his Barcelona chapter dragged on with mixed fortunes. More injuries, flashes of brilliance, more questions than answers. But everything changed in 2023. PSG, undergoing a rebuild and looking to form a new identity after the Messi and Neymar era, decided to bring Ousmane Dembele home. For Dembele, this was more than a transfer, it was a second chance, a rebirth. At PSG, he didn't arrive as a boy with potential, he arrived as a man who had lived through the harshest criticisms and setbacks football could throw at him. And this time, he was determined to rewrite his story. Playing alongside talents like Vitinha, the rising Désiré Doué, and other stars of PSG's new project, Dembele has flourished. Under Luis Enrique, he has finally found a system that brings out the best in him. His injuries, fewer than ever. His confidence, sky high. His performances, absolutely electrifying. He has become PSG's creative spark, their most dangerous dribbler, and their leader in attack. No longer living in the shadows of Messi, Neymar, or Mbappé, this is now Dembele's team. And what a season it has been. PSG didn't just compete, they dominated. They won every domestic trophy, lifted the French Super Cup, and most importantly, conquered Europe by finally winning the Champions League. Dembele wasn't just a part of the squad, he was central to it, delivering goals, assists, and match-winning moments when his team needed him most. For years, the world wondered what Ousmane Dembélé could have been if not for the injuries, the setbacks, the disappointments. Now, that question has been answered. We are seeing him at his peak, consistent, mature, and ready to be crowned among the best in the world. For the first time, the whispers about the Ballon d'Or aren't far-fetched. They're real. Because when you win it all with your club, when you're the heartbeat of a team that sweeps every competition, your name deserves to be at the very top of that list, and Ousmane Dembélé is the man, Ballon d'Or favorite. Dembele's story is one of pain and glory, of being broken and then reborn. From Vernon's streets to Rennes, from Dortmund's promise to Barcelona's heartbreak, from World Cup triumph to Champions League glory in Paris, his career has been a rollercoaster that very few could survive. But he did. And now, he stands not just as a champion, but as the leader of PSG's unstoppable squad and a true favorite for the Ballon d'Or. So the question is no longer, what could Dembele have been? The question now is, are we witnessing the rise of the man who will go down as one of the greatest of his generation? Dembele's story is one which reminds us of one important life lesson. Never give up. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.